It's a very important meeting. The U.S.-China relations are very difficult. They have been deteriorating. U.S. and China, Mr. Xi and Mr. Biden have had some engagements online several times, but you have to meet in person. And they're going to meet in Bali. I hope it goes well. It's important in order to stop the deterioration in the relations, to start to build trust and to take steps to begin to work towards resolving the many individual issues, which are very difficult ones, between the two countries. Because this sort of thing, the tone has to be set right at the top, and that means the president of the two countries, they have to speak, be frank, and lay out their cards, and I think they understand what the stakes are, but to take it forward, that takes political will and wisdom on both sides. The CPTPP is by design an open and an inclusive agreement, and therefore we welcome any expression of interest in the CPTPP. But of course, to join the CPTPP, to accede, there are procedures, there are rules and regulations, and they're all clearly spelled out in the CPTPP agreement. So therefore, Singapore has said that we support China's interest in joining the CPTPP, in principle. Of course, China will have to meet the high standards which are expected of all the members, but that is something which has to be established and worked out between China and all the members of the CPTPP. Because on all matters to do with accession, the decision is made by a consensus of all the existing members of the partnership. And particularly the decision on the formal decision to start the accession process depends on consensus amongst the partners. So therefore, what China has to do is to engage the partners individually and talk to them and work out any issues they may have with the partners individually, which I think even if you read the newspapers, you will know that they have some issues with some of the CPTPP countries. And if that process is completed, then if there's a consensus, it can go ahead. Singapore, this year, we happen to be the chair of the committee. So as chair, we will carry out our role objectively and impartially and do our duty as chair. And that's how it has to work, and that's our public position. I've stated it several times, and when I met the Premier Li Keqiang, I explained it to him again.